What kind of day is your hair having? Will it need a light shampoo or a really deep cleaning?
Sometimes you need a little finesse. Sometimes you need a lot.
Introducing Finesse Shampoo. It's activated by the amount of dirt and oil in your hair, so it cleans deep on the days you need it, gently on the days you don't, without drying, without over-cleaning.
Sometimes you need a little finesse. Sometimes you need a lot.
Good dog. Here's your praise. Good dog. Here's your praise. Dogs love the taste of praise. Dogs love praise.
Purina introduces Praise brand dog food. Dogs love the soft, chewy chunks made with real meat. And dogs love the delicious, crunchy nuggets. Together, they make Praise taste better than any of the leading dry brands.
Good dog. Here's your praise. Dogs love the taste of praise. Dogs love praise.
CBS proud to present the following great movie, coming soon on CBS. A timeless classic returns. Judy Garland. Munchkinland.
You're out to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
I've got to see the wizard.
Then I'm sure to get a brain,
a heart,
A home.
the knife.
I'll get you, and your little dog, too.
Bring me her broomstick.
But what if she kills us first?
Follow the yellow brick road.
The Wizard of Oz.
Follow the yellow brick road.
Jerry Mathers is back. And
I'm still the beaver.
one of America's favorite families is back 20 years later, and life has changed, but still nothing seems to go right for the beaver. And these days, he's having problems with his own kids.
Don't you think we're a little old for reverse psychology?
Mom's still trying to help, and so is Wally.
When did life get so tough? I think it all started when the Yankees traded Roger Maris.
The all-new world premiere movie, Still the Beaver. Hal Linden marries a girl half his age. He's got it all, perhaps too much, while his career seems to be slipping.
This company is in mothballs.
Hers is catching fire. And they seem to be having difficulty connecting.
Do you realize the last time we had breakfast together was on our honeymoon?
Now, Ann Mira's not your normal other woman.
Do not let this grandmother disguise fool you.
But maybe she's more his style. For Hal Linden, is happiness the other woman?
I'm starting to feel guilty.
The Day Christ Died, based on the best-selling novel. The story of desperate men consumed by political greed. To the Romans, he was a revolutionary. To the high priests, a dangerous heretic.
You will be taken to Pontius Pilate to be sentenced.
A toast
to treachery.
A look at an event the world has never forgotten. A startling account of the final treacherous hours on the day Christ died. A 3-hour special movie presentation.
Hold it.
It's a comedy riot. What do Mel Brooks, Harvey Korman, Cloris Leachman, and Madeline Kahn all have in common?
Oh, gives a crap.
They're all suffering from an overdose of
High anxiety. Dangerously sick people.
The living Looney Tune.
My nerves are cracking.
in Mel Brooks' contagious comedy tribute to Hitchcock, High Anxiety. Burt Young.
I go and get your meat every morning.
Talia Shire.
I'm not a loner.
Burgess Meredith.
You had the talent to become a good fighter. You became a leg breaker.
Carl Weathers.
Undefeated in 46 fights. I want you.
Sylvester Stallone.
You believe that America is the land of opportunity.
How it all began. Rocky. They're back just when we needed them the most.
My pen hasn't talked to me in some time.
Napoleon Solo and
Ilya Nikovich Kuryakin.
These men from Uncle return while the world hangs in the balance.
How many times did we save it? Constantly, as I recall.
From the crystal casinos of Las Vegas to a secret base in Libya, the action is hotter than ever.
We don't pay the ransom, part of the United States is going to disappear.
And Thrush's nuclear countdown has already begun. Robert Vaughn and David McCallum, the return of the man from Uncle. These great films and these great stars. Coming to you soon on CBS.
March is premiere month on CBS, the Mississippi, where living's not always easy.
You're in trouble. You got to get yourself a lawyer.
And Ben Walker is the best. He left the dirt and corruption of the city to battle injustice on the Big River. Ralph Waite stars in a powerful new dramatic series, The Mississippi, premiering Friday, March 25th.
In Big League Baseball, the name of the game is Big Bucks.
Hey, for the West Side.
The story on the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather tomorrow.
This is
CBS.
It's special. It's unique. There's nothing like the Razorback Basketball Banquet, April the 6th at the Union Ballroom in Fayetteville. Complete with video highlights, team awards, and a farewell to seniors Darrell, John, and Kerry. Special guest speaker this year is the Dean of the Big East, Coach Lou Carnesecca of St. John's University Red Men. Don't miss the greatest sports show in our state, April the 6th in Fayetteville. Tickets $12 each at KFSM offices in Fort Smith and Fayetteville. The 5th annual KFSM Razorback Banquet.
On the CBS Late Movie tonight, 10:30 on Channel 5.
We are going on a treasure hunt.
Why did you ask us?
Join the Hearts for a haunting tale.
Someone in this room has something I might have to kill for.
And a parley of sinister party pranks on Heart to Heart. Then, a lone Allied plane drops a super spy deep into Nazi territory. His mission, to infiltrate the German High Command and destroy it from within. William Conrad stars as Kiefer.
You're watching Channel 5 in Fort Smith.
Good evening. The nuclear freeze debate got underway on Capitol Hill today. The Nuclear Regulatory Commission has been keeping its eye on 2 nuclear power plants today, one of them in Arkansas. And an Oklahoma woman who admits killing her husband is asking a jury to find her not guilty of murder.
This evening's Light Report from the News People with Burr Edson, Ken Hughey, and Wendy Burkeen with exclusive color weather radar. The News People, brought to you this evening by City National Bank.
The debate continues on Capitol Hill tonight, where the House is expected to pass a non-binding resolution calling for a freeze on the production of all nuclear weapons. President Reagan, of course, opposes that freeze, and its fate in the Senate is uncertain.
The resolution before the House called for the U.S. and the Soviet Union to freeze their nuclear arsenals, then seek mutual and verifiable reductions. It would only become binding if also passed by the Senate, which is unlikely, and signed by the President, which isn't about to happen. So while today's tensions, pro-freeze members called it a serious policy debate. The other side howled about dangerous and partisan politics.
Ladies and gentlemen, I regret having to sound a dissonant note in this fiesta of Reagan baiting. It isn't policy, it's politics.
I submit, Mr. Chairman, that the people do understand this issue better than many of the politicians.
If we pass this resolution, we'll be sending to the world that we have doubts in our own strength.
The freeze resolution provides for us a mechanism to get out of this crazy and insane arms race.
And Republican leaders on Capitol Hill fear that the escalating freeze debate could end up jeopardizing many of the new major nuclear weapons systems that are being sought by the Reagan administration.
The heart-rending experiences of a young Jewish girl during World War II, revealed in the diary of Anne Frank.
Romantic comedy playwrights working together. He blind to her as a woman, she passionately in love with him.
Annie, get your gun, your horse, and anything else you need to rope that handsome Frank Butler.
They all spring to life through the talent of the Fort Smith Little Theater. City National Bank urges you to be a part of the drama and enjoy the many other educational and cultural resources of our community.
Ma,
Mazda pickup special, short bed, 5-speed, 5288.
And only 5688 for the long bed. Don't forget that, Floyd. Oh, let's go. Help me in, Floyd. Oh, help. Floyd.
Now, folks, don't tell me this truck won't haul a heavy load.
Ford Trailer Motor Company, Highway 271 South, Fort Smith.
Shop for beautiful savings of up to 50% on lush foliage plants this week during the Safeway Green Plant Sale. Welcome springtime into your home with these attractive foliage plants in 6-inch pots, 3 for $10. At 3 for $10, why pay more? Many other sizes at big savings, too, during the Safeway Green Plant Sale. Also, smoked picnics, 78 cents a pound, and Tater Boy French fries at $1.49 in the 5-pound bag.
Play round 2 of Winner's Jackpot Bingo at Safeway. You could be a winner.
Sutherland's is your land.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jerry Clower of the Grand Ole Opry to tell you about these specials at Sutherland's. Mid-core vanity faucets, $9.95. 36-inch Miser paddle wheel fan, $27.95. 250-foot electrical wire, 12-2 with ground, $21.95.
Our land is your land at Sutherland.
The Nuclear Regulatory Commission is calling it the worst mishap at a nuclear power plant since 3 Mile Island. Last month, the safety shutdown system at the Salem plant in New Jersey failed twice. Each time the backup system failed, an alarm sounded in the control room indicating problems in the reactor. Workers shut down the system manually, but the alarms were supposed to trigger circuit breakers. Apparently, those breakers did not operate properly because they had not been lubricated in the past 6 years. The manufacturer of the circuit breakers recommends that they be lubricated every 6 to 9 months. The NRC has shut down Salem 1, and it says it will remain down until it is satisfied that a real accident will not happen at the plant, which is located along the densely populated eastern seaboard. Firefighters in Odessa, Texas found the bodies of a woman and 3 children today, along with the body of a man whose drill had pierced a new natural gas pipeline. That ignited the gas, causing an explosion and a fire that incinerated the family's mobile home. 4 other people were injured in the blast, one of them critically. It took firefighters 12 hours to put out the blaze. Officials at the Nuclear Regulatory Commission are in Russellville today, observing a simulated emergency disaster at Arkansas's Power and Light Company nuclear power plant. Power plant employees responded to a fake fire in the electrical gear and a pump, which was providing water to the reactor's cooling system. The company is also pretending that a worker suffered radiation contamination. The nuclear power plant undergoes a similar drill each year to test its emergency procedures, and that apparently has caused Johnson County Judge Bobby Joe Wilkins to be upset. He says 60 county workers were involved in the annual drill last spring and were not paid for their efforts. The judge thinks that the should reimburse the workers for the time that they put in. Closing arguments are scheduled for tomorrow in the first-degree murder trial of a Panama, Oklahoma woman. Teresa Johnson took the stand today in her own defense and admitted killing her husband, but she said it was in self-defense.
I love Billy Ray with all my heart and soul. That was the testimony of 23-year-old Teresa Lynn Johnson today as she testified in her own defense. Ms. Johnson is charged with first-degree murder in last year's shooting death of her 46-year-old husband, Billy Ray Johnson. Ms. Johnson told jurors her husband was her whole world and she loved him. But she also said she was scared of him and that the night she pulled the trigger and shot him, she was terrified of being killed. Ms. Johnson testified that her husband threatened to kill her the night of his murder and that while in hysterics, she jerked up the gun she had brought into the room earlier and shot it. When asked why, she told her attorney she believed if she hadn't pulled the trigger, she would have been killed. The defense tried to paint a stormy picture of the marriage, saying Johnson had shot at his wife on numerous occasions. Ms. Johnson, in fact, admitted filing for divorce at least 6 times during her 8 years of marriage, but says a decree was never issued. The one question which kept coming up in both the defense and the state's questioning was, why did you stay with this man? At one point, Ms. Johnson said she loved him and he had a little bit of good in his heart. Under cross-examination, she told District Attorney Don Sullivan that she didn't leave her husband's home because she had no place to go, without putting someone else in jeopardy. Reporting for the News People from LaFleur County, I'm Charlie Tigert.
Arkansas Governor Bill Clinton has set April 14th as the execution date for mass murderer Thomas Simmons. He was convicted in Crawford County of the execution-style killings of 4 area residents, including Fort Smith Police Detective Ray Tate. A 29-year-old Houston man has pleaded innocent to the murder of an elderly Houston woman whose body was found in the bathtub of her home. Edward Ellis is also accused of murdering another wealthy Houston woman during the same week in late February. And a 24-year-old Florida man who's been charged in the copycat slaying of the wife of former Arkansas Governor Orville Faubus will appear in court on Friday. David Helfand was indicted on capital murder charge in the March 3rd strangulation death of 44-year-old Elizabeth Faubus. The estranged wife of the former governor was also found in the bathtub of her Houston home. An appeals court judge in El Salvador has ruled that there is not enough evidence to order a trial for the 4 Salvadoran guardsmen accused of killing 4 American churchwomen. The 4 churchwomen were found, the bodies of the 4 churchwomen were found in a shallow grave in December of 1980. The Salvadoran judge says more evidence must be obtained before he brings the 4 guardsmen to trial. According to a court clerk, that could delay the case up to a year. But in Washington, the State Department says the trial will eventually proceed. A group calling itself the Islamic Holy War has claimed responsibility for this morning's attack on a U.S. Marine patrol in Beirut. 5 Marine peacekeepers were slightly injured when a grenade was hurled at their jeep. Several hours earlier, 8 Italians in the multinational peacekeeping force were injured in another grenade attack, and 2 Israeli officers were killed today when they drove a vehicle over a landmine about 3 miles east of Beirut. Some officers in the peacekeeping force say that the attacks may be part of an attempt to drive the force out of Lebanon. The news tonight is brought to you by City National Bank.
Friends, I want to invite you to a showing of beautiful Oriental rugs March 19th and 20th from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. at the Fayetteville Hilton. This display of rugs will mark the 60th anniversary of Martinus Oriental Rug Company of Arkansas. My son David of Little Rock will be on hand to personally help you make your selection. Our reputation for 2 generations speaks for itself. Make this a time you invest in a fine Oriental rug. Don't miss it.
I do one thing, magic. And the secret to being the best is concentrating on one thing, like Kentucky Fried Chicken. They concentrate on making chicken taste magical. I don't know what their secret is, but I know it's something only Kentucky Fried Chicken can do. They make the chicken appear, and we make it disappear.
Kentucky Fried Chicken, we do chicken right.
How's that new sound, Steve? Great. Hey, I'm really glad you set up that life insurance program for us. Well, remember, it's more than good protection. That cash value will grow, just like you will. You sure helped me understand everything. Hey, you do nice work, Steve. So do you, Joe.
Shelter Life Insurance. It's all the shield you'll ever need.
See Rick Nichols in Poto, George Glenn in Salisaw, or Bob Edwards in Greenwood.
Losing weight is a serious business. That's why Nutrisystem has a qualified staff that's concerned about your eating habits and will guarantee you full success in your battle to lose weight. We focus on you, so be good to yourself. We're confident we can help you succeed.
The Nutrisystem program really works. I lost 71 pounds and I've kept it off for almost a year. I'm wearing a size 10 for the first time in my life, and I actually enjoy wearing a bathing suit.
Remember, medical supervision and good nutrition. Lose extra pounds with Nutrisystem. Call today.
Now, during our annual RCA Week sale, you'll find fantastic savings on RCA color TVs. Incredible $100 savings on consoles. RCA table model as low as $358. Color portables only $278. RCA's amazing video disc player slashed to $269. Closeout prices on video cassette recorders, cameras, and accessories. But hurry, sale ends soon at participating RCA Video Pros.
See Quality Furniture Fair, Roland.
Enter your child in the 1983 baby pageant. Register free now through March 18th. Call 452-4420 or come by 6415 Cliff Drive next to the Home Center, sponsored by the Regular Veterans Association.
The House Ethics Committee is investigating a Democratic congressman from California on drug charges, but Congressman Ron Dellums says that he is innocent. His attorney says the congressman supports the nuclear freeze movement, and that may be the reason behind Dellums' investigation. The lawyer says that he'll look into the possibility that politics may be the reason for claims that Dellums and some of his aides have bought and used cocaine and marijuana. The mayor's race in Chicago has suddenly become extremely complicated. Mayor Jane Byrne, who was beaten badly by a black congressman in the mayoral primary, says that she's going to wage a write-in campaign to win her seat back. She says it has nothing to do with the fact that Harold Washington is black. She says she's getting back into the campaign to save the city of Chicago.
It's a matter of how I perceive the future of this city. There is disruption. There's a lot of disruption. I think it's fragile. All we're saying is we would like to see it survive, and we would like to hold it together.
She still does not realize that she is finished. She would still rather destroy Chicago and the Democratic Party rather than abide by the will of the people as expressed on primary day.
And I am finished for the moment. Here's Ken.
And maybe a while before the Philadelphia 76ers get finished the way they are going, the big boys in the NBA's Atlantic Division battled it out tonight as Philadelphia and Boston got together in the Spectrum, and the Sixers made it 55 wins in 64 games, defeating the Celtics 105-100 without Julius Erving and Mo Cheeks. But the Celtics took off like they would pull away with the game in the early going. Larry Bird, a usual big night for Bird as he drives the lane and puts up two. But Moses Malone was taking up the slack for the missing Julius Erving tonight. He dunks it there. When Danny Ainge hits the drive here, the Celtics led by 5, 31-26 after one. Moses did his best to keep his ball club in the game. He fights for one there, and he fights for another one right there. But Larry Bird kept going hot, a running jumper here and another jumper there, and it was 56-54 Boston at the intermission. In the third quarter, Cedric Maxwell on the nice fast break for the bucket. Reggie Johnson answered that, though, for the 76ers. When Larry Bird hit, it was 80-79 Boston after three. Sixers took charge, though. Andrew Toney ties the game in the fourth quarter. He then puts the Sixers up by two with that drive, and with Moses battling underneath the boards, the Sixers came from behind to defeat Boston tonight 105-100. Elsewhere in the NBA tonight was Atlanta over Washington 94-81. Cleveland fell to the Nets of New Jersey by 6. It was Utah defeating Detroit by 10. And the Knicks stay red hot as they defeated the Milwaukee Bucks tonight. 3 late games in the NBA out on the coast. First round action in the National Invitational Tourney tonight. South Carolina defeated Old Dominion. Iona defeated St. Bonaventure. It was LSU leading New Orleans at the half. Looks like LSU is going on. In Tulsa tonight, TCU, the Killer Frogs, a 2-point win over the Golden Hurricane. And DePaul has defeated Minnesota. Out on the coast in the NIT tonight, Idaho takes on Oregon State, and Texas El Paso battles Fresno State. The Arkansas Razorbacks departed for Tampa today in the NCAA Sub-Regional Tourney. Before leaving, the Hogs went through a workout in Barnhill. The Hogs should know by tomorrow night at this time who they'll play Saturday afternoon at 3:50 here on Channel 5, Purdue or Robert Morris. Whomever the Hogs play, Eddie Sutton is sure one player will be ready.
I know one player that's going to play well, and that's Darryl Walker. He is committed. He felt like that he let his teammates down. He felt like he let all of those 10,000-plus fans in Dallas down. He felt like he let the coaching staff down by probably playing as poorly as I've ever seen him play, and I'm with him every day. But he is committed. He's going to play great, and I think our team will play well, and in all likelihood we're going to play Purdue. And, of course, they've got a great player in Russell Cross, one of the best big men in the country.
Mike Irwin is in Tampa with the Hogs. He'll have reports for you starting tomorrow night.
At Red Lobster, we're prepared to make your dinner something special, and that means paying attention to every little detail. Come on in for something special, prepared just for you.
'Cause we're seafood lovers too. Red Lobster for the seafood lover in you.
Why pay retail when Waterbeds Unlimited sells at just above wholesale prices 365 days a year? And during March, Waterbeds Unlimited will mark over 100 waterbeds, including complete bedroom suites and every demo floor model up to 50% off. And at Waterbeds Unlimited, you can pick now and pay later with just 10% down and take 6 months to pay interest free. And that gives you time for your income tax refund. Think about it. Pick now and pay later. Sell good at all 4 Waterbeds Unlimited locations, including Springfield, Missouri, Joplin, Fort Smith, and Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Check the mail for your National Lumber Company Spring Store-wide Spectacular Circular. Shop now for great savings on items to make your home more energy efficient. Famous brand fixtures to remodel your bathroom. Fine Roper appliances for that modern kitchen you've wanted. Save on paneling, lumber, and roofing supplies, farm and garden fencing materials, everything from sheds to garage door openers, igloo coolers and ice chests, all at tremendous savings.
National Lumber is where the builders buy.
National Lumber Company, Fort Smith and Springdale.
This is what some home computers are missing. They don't talk, but the Texas Instruments home computer does. It brings education to life.
That is right.
And games like Parsec.
Great shop, Pilot.
This $149 speech synthesizer is free when you buy any 6 home computer software cartridges.
Good deal.
See and hear the home computer from Texas Instruments. It leaves others speechless.
Arkansas baseballers made it 4 out of 4 over Central Missouri by taking their second straight twin bill in as many days over the Mules. 12-3 and 8-1 this afternoon. Tony Laird won 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs in the opener. Scott Losky stole 3 bases in the nightcap to up his mark to 24 of 25 for the year. The 20-4 Hogs of Norm DeBryan will host Notre Dame at 11 tomorrow morning at George Cole. The 1982 American League Cy Young Award winner Pete Vukovich won't be pitching for a while. Milwaukee says their veteran mound ace has a torn rotator cuff. That, of course, the type of injury that could mean an end to the mustachioed pitcher's career. Brewer General Manager Harry Dalton says he's as sorry for Vukovich, a former St. Louis Cardinal, as he is for his team. Down at Oaklawn today, the Daily Double, the numbers 8 and 12 combined for a $113.80 payoff. Now, here's the stretch run of today's $18,500 feature race.
Big Dreams has the lead now by 3 lengths. Jivey Street is second with reasonable ground. Along the inside, I'm Nobody's Fool moving up. With a furlong to go, it's Big Dreams now by 4 lengths. Reasonable Ground is second. I'm Nobody's Fool along the rail moving into third. In the drive for the wire, that's Big Dreams in front. And Big Dreams is going to win this one today by 5 lengths.
Going away, Big Dreams winner 5:23, 20, and 280, followed by Reasonable Ground and I'm Nobody's Fool. I can identify with that horse. College tennis this afternoon. Arkansas Tech defeated Western Illinois in Russellville 5-4.
I won't say anything about that.
Good for you.
Thank you. One of Tulsa's respected newspapers says that it has surveyed some of the best hamburgers in the state of Oklahoma, and the newspaper says that you can find one of the best because it's served up in Salisaw.
At face value, Peggy's Cafe in Salisaw would not appear to be one of Oklahoma's finest eating establishments, but looks can be deceiving. The decor is definitely early Oklahoma provincial. There are no waiters in tuxedos or fancy tablecloths. In fact, there are no tablecloths at all. And despite the sign, most of the customers here are regulars. But an article in the Tulsa World Sunday magazine recently proclaimed Peggy's one of Oklahoma's top hamburger joints. 6 restaurants were rated ahead of Peggy's, but they were predominantly located in central Oklahoma. In the east, Peggy's is the tops. Owner Peggy Clark says fast food restaurants don't even compare.
I've got some that I couldn't, you mean it wasn't so good? But yeah, I've got some that I couldn't eat, you know. Like I said, they put a lot of soy meal in them, and I don't. Mine's all pure hamburger meat.
The editors of the magazine admit they were unable to test every burger joint in the state. Restaurants were chosen on the basis of recommendation and dumb luck. But if you're willing to search, they say, the perfect hamburger can be found. Of course, the writers of the articles say their findings aren't scientific. Hamburgers can't be judged by a computer printout, which they add is exactly what some fast food restaurants' hamburgers taste like. Reporting for the news people from Salisaw, I'm Mark Drury.
And here's Wendy with the weather.
That wouldn't be a bad way to go, testing hamburgers.
Not through a computer printout.
Good point,
Gotta eat
good
'em.
point. You want to talk about the weather?
No, you talk about the
Okay,
weather.
I'll
Let's sit
talk
back
about
and
the
listen.
weather. You listen. We're going to have some cool air filter in the next couple days and maybe some precipitation by the end of the weekend. We'll take a look at it right after this.
You'll be the talk of the town when you drive a Wheeler.
I'm the richest man in town. My car's driven by a chauffeur.
He knows great cars. That's why on his day off, he drives a Wheeler.
Our quarterback drives us down the field, hoping to score.
Our quarterback drives a Wheeler because he knows the score.
At home on the range, I'm tired from driving cattle.
At home on the highway, I'm relaxed driving a Wheeler.
Be the talk of the town in a Wheeler, available only at Wheeler, VW, Porsche, Audi, Subaru.
How to improve your cattle dewormer. First, remove the TBZ paste. It gets only 7 types of cattle worms with 2 dosage levels. And replace it with new Tramisol of Amisol Gel Dewormer. It gets all 9 major worms with 1 dosage level. Next, replace the paste gun with this new, easy-to-use gel gun applicator. What an improvement. New Tramisol Gel, the most potent dewormer ever packed in a tube.
It's super big, super clean with super savings. Price Cutter, a totally new concept in Food Warehouse stores, Central Mall Shopping Center, Fort Smith, also in Poto.
This is the place for the real taste of beer.
Pabst for Molly.
Pabst is the place. There's just no doubt about it.
Hey, I tried a lot of beers, but I always come back to Pabst.
Pabst is the place. Your good friends all around you for the real taste of beer. And all the good times you have here.
It's what beer ought to be. I mean, you really know you're drinking beer.
For the real taste of beer, Pabst is the place.
Hey, let's have another one, okay?
Another rough night weather-wise for California and Nevada. Strong winds have been reported there, and they have some winter storm watches out in the mountainous areas tonight as they expect more snow. In Kansas and Nebraska, snow is expected there as well from 1 to 2 inches by morning. But in Oklahoma and Arkansas, at least in Arkansas tonight, precipitation in the form of rain has been the common denominator throughout the 2-state areas. Light, scattered patches of precipitation have been showing up throughout the day. The culprit is this low pressure cell, which has been circulating that precipitation up. As the low pressure moves to the north and to the east, we will begin to see that precipitation come to an end. It will taper off as the low moves out of range, but until then, scattered showers are out there tonight. They will begin to come to an end as the heaviest amount of precipitation continues to fall in eastern Arkansas tonight. For the next few days, high pressure way up in Canada will begin to filter in, sift in much cooler air, if you will, for the next couple of days. Temperatures, instead of in the 70s, will begin to be about the 50s and 60s range for the next couple of days. And then, looking ahead, way out in the west, we see a pressure cell, or rather a cold frontal system forming, will be moving inland and may bring us the threat of precipitation long about Sunday evening. Let's take a look now at the radar and see where that precipitation is falling. You can see a kind of a large mass of light rain has developed in northwest Arkansas between Fort Smith and Harrison, or Fort Smith and Fayetteville. As you can see, the precipitation is in very scattered lines and patches throughout the 2-state area tonight, is moving to the east. As that low moves out of view, the precipitation will come to an end. Temperatures throughout the 2-state area are cooler tonight than they were even last night, and even then they were cooler than the night before, as well as temperatures are quite different, quite a range of them tonight, from 60 in Texarkana to 39 degrees at the cool spot throughout the 2-state area. In Oklahoma City, 50 was the low in Fort Smith today. It was as warm as 77 degrees as the clouds parted somewhat and allowed for temperatures to warm to the upper 70s throughout many areas of the 2-state area. We'll take a look at the current conditions and our forecast right after this.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Charter Vista Hospital in Fayetteville.
Does a loved one sometimes change emotions abruptly?
I want to be helpful.
Switch from thoughtful, loving,
Sam, you're doing
to angry, rude?
Sam, please.
Then sometimes withdrawn, depressed? These changes could be his way of saying he needs help. And Charter Vista Hospital can help. Call 521-5731. We have treatment programs and professionals to help him and you feel better again.
Under cloudy skies, 59 degrees in Fayetteville. Winds are from the northwest at 11 miles per hour. Lows tonight should range from 42 to 46 degrees, as the lows tonight in northwest Arkansas fall to those 40-degree temperature ranges, 20% chance of precip throughout the night tonight in northwest Arkansas. Tomorrow's highs will climb to the low 50s. It'll be cooler, and tomorrow night's lows will fall to the upper 30 range. In Fort Smith, 62 degrees. Dew point reading is at 46%. Humidity stands at 56% at this time. Barometric pressure, 29.64 and steady. Winds are from the north at 12 miles an hour. No measurable precip officially in the Fort Smith area in the past 24 hours. The river is currently 19.7 and forecasted to flow at about 35,000 cubic feet per second in the next 24 hours. The forecast is calling for cloudy skies, cooler conditions tomorrow, 20% chance of light rain tonight, that is. Lows will be in the mid-40s. It'll be cloudy and cooler tomorrow, 30% chance of light rain, highs in the mid-50s, mostly cloudy and cool Thursday night. Lows will be in the low 40s. And we'll begin to see partly cloudy and mild skies on Fridays. Highs will be in the low 60s. And once again in Fort Smith, the present reading is 62 degrees.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Charter Vista Hospital in Fayetteville.
It's now or never during Frigidaire's factory clearance sale. Huge savings on ranges, washers, dryers, refrigerators, dishwashers. Frigidaire 17 cubic foot frost-proof. Wow, now only $5.98. Electric ranges, easy to clean and easy to own, as low as $2.99. Heavy-duty automatic washers, now as low as $2.99. Hurry! Powerful Frigidaire dishwashers, priced as low as $2.99. Hurry to one of these Frigidaire dealers.
Frigidaire clearance sale now at Richard's Waterbeds and Furniture, Fayetteville, across from the water slide, and in Rogers, Highway 71 South.
And finally tonight, Arthur Godfrey, a familiar voice in millions of American homes since the late 1940s, died today in New York City at the age of 79. His 30-year career came to a close 13 days ago when he was hospitalized for pneumonia and emphysema.
You'll often speak about me, huh? Mm-hmm. And this is what maybe you'll say. We sang in the sunshine. We laughed every day. We sang in the sunshine. Then we went on.
That's our news tonight. Thanks for joining us. Good night.
CBS Sports brings you the NCAA basketball playoffs. See the Arkansas game this Saturday at 3:30 on Channel 5.
It's a double feature tonight on the CBS Late Movie.
We are going on a treasure hunt.
Why did you ask us? Join the Hearts for a haunting tale.
Someone in this room has something I might have to kill for.
And a parley of sinister party pranks on Heart to Heart. Then, a lone Allied plane drops a super spy deep into Nazi territory. His mission, to infiltrate the German High Command and destroy it from within. William Conrad stars as Kiefer. And now, Heart to Heart.